Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. Today is off the board with pineapple paper. So this is my layout I will be scrap lifting from Pinterest. So all the info is at the bottom of that picture if you want to find out more info about it. But I decided to use more of the Prima marketing part of my kit. I'm getting towards the end, so I'm really trying to use most of the Prima stuff I have left over. But all the papers were kind of busy and I needed a more neutral page to serve as that background layer. So my plan is to use this feather paper as the frame, and I'm going to gut a huge section of that out of the middle. So I have that paper if I need it for anything else. But I went to my little wood grain paper pad and just pulled out a neutral white wood grain plank to be that more neutral layer in the background, because I really want that to be subtle so I can build on top of it. I really love all of the layers and all of the texture that was in that inspiration picture. So I'm really trying to be literal about it. I went and found some film strip die cuts that Ronnie had sent me, and I'm trying to use a couple of those. And then I still have some of those acrylic coffee cup ephemera pieces from my kit this month, and I really want to try to use them on this one. So I'm starting by just getting the base of my layout. I'm just following that sketch by getting the frame and this background. I am inking in black on this one. I've been using the brown ground espresso ink for most of the month, but this layout just seems to draw more on the pops of black, and I thought the brown might clash a little bit on this one, so I'm just going to ink in black. So I'm just trying to get all of that together. I have two photos from when Billy was 2 months old. He's just so tiny and fluffy. So I really wanted this page so you could kind of see his size. It's funny because he's like the size of Gracie, which is my cat, which is the top photo. It's really funny in that picture. He's laying on the floor vent. He loved laying on the floor vent because this was during the summer and the AC would turn on, so there'd be cool air that would come up through that, and he loved it. But you can really see how tiny he is in that picture. And then the bottom picture, he looks massive because my sister is holding him, and she's tiny, teeny tiny. So in her arms, he looks like just a giant fluff ball. So I really liked how these photos together kind of tell the story of his size at this moment. So I just wanted to document that. They were just kind of random pictures, but I wanted to make sure I got them scrapped. So I added both of them together in some plain white. You guys saw I finally got some white cardstock. I've been missing the white cardstock in my stash for several months now, and I finally remembered while I was out to get some. So I have some white cardstock. I inked that in the black as well. And now I'm using the back side of this Prima paper for the neutral floral. The other side was that really pretty chevron, but it was just kind of clashing with the colors I had going on. And then here's where I bring in the film strip. So I really like the horizontal layers that are in the inspiration picture. If I could, I probably would have copied them exactly. I really liked the distress layer with the film strip, with the envelopes and tags. I kind of love how all of that was layered together. But as I started layering, I really kind of wanted to keep mine more simple so that these different elements could pop. I love this giant film strip. I was really hoping I could use one of them to stretch across the whole page, but I really needed to. But you'll see I'm just going to save this section of this one so I can use it on another layout with another one, hopefully. I'm just trying to make it look like this film strip is running behind the photo to create this long horizontal grounding point, and then I can kind of build from there. There's a couple pieces that I've been looking at all month long that I've really been wanting to use up. So that scrap of the pink corrugated cardboard, I've had that in my stash this month because the corrugated cardboard really reminded me of the hand protector that goes, like the sleeve that goes on the coffee cup. So I really like that pop of pink, and it helps pull in some more color from the feather background. So that's going to be another kind of textural horizontal layer to play off of the sketch. And then I need a couple layers stacked up vertically behind these pieces. So I'm just going through my scraps to see what I have. I really like this kind of more simple black paper with the white speckles. So I'm just going to use a couple scraps of this on the top and the bottom so that looks like a long rectangular piece. And I like how that pulls some more black in. Right now, your eye goes straight to that film strip, which I love because I think that's such a cool element on the page. but I really want there to be a little bit more balance when it comes to the black. So adding this black layer really helps. And then I think I'm going to go into ephemera here in a little bit. I have some fussy cut pieces and some die cut pieces from the Prima Marketing rose quartz that I really want to try to get used up. So we'll see. You can kind of see them to the left there. There's a little square that says I heart you and I love you a bunch of times. I thought about using the scrap of that film strip up at the top, but I thought it would be distracting. I like how that creates a visual triangle, and I believe I have done that on some other pages, but because the scale of this film strip is a lot bigger than the other film strips that I normally use, I thought I would just keep it to the horizontal. But I did pull in another one of those pink tabs. And here you can see I pulled in the little coffee cup that says yum and the little gold heart that kind of coordinates with that. So I'm thinking those will be on opposite sides of the page. I'm thinking I'll just have two clusters here that I'm trying to form on opposite sides to create that balance. And then this is where I'm playing with some of the rose quartz ephemera. So these feathers I had fussy cut a while ago. I just never got them used up. So getting them used up on here, I'm going to layer them together with the coffee cup. And then you can see I'm getting that little square that says I love you up there next to the gold heart. So I'm just trying to use up what I have of this collection. And then I decided I wanted another textural layer. I kept looking at the original and really liking the different textures they used. And I have the corrugated cardboard, but I kind of wanted something else that was a different texture. So I pulled in another scrap of this black heart vellum. And so I'm going to trim one piece into a fishtail banner to go by the little coffee cup on the bottom. And then I will have another section at the top just so that vellum is in two areas as well. I was playing around with the placement of this little heart to see which flowed best, but in the end I think this just makes some more sense how I had it. So I'm going to glue those down. I don't really know what to title this. I don't know that it really needs a title. It's just kind of a miscellaneous page, but I do want to make sure I do some journaling just to point out the size differences. I realized as I was creating this page that it's a picture of my cat, and I could have saved that flare badge I got on an earlier page this month for this one, but it's okay. I'm going to leave it where it is. So I think... yes, I'm just gluing down that little tab. I'm going to get those other two things glued down. But what I decided to do with the other area where the vellum is going to be is do a little notebook edge punch, just so there's a little bit of detail. I didn't want another square layer up there because there's a lot of corners going on. So I wanted to use a border punch just to create a little bit of interest. And I love this notebook edge punch. Kelly gave it to me ages ago, and it is my favorite punch, and I've been using it so much. So I'm just going to tuck that in just so there's another layer, another texture up there. And again, I'm inking everything in black, so it just takes me a minute to get all of this down. But right now I'm just fiddling to glue down these clusters. I'm happy with how they're looking. So really the main thing I have left to do is the journaling. Sorry about my voice. I'm getting over being ill. I'm fine now, but my voice is not back to normal. So you might notice in this video and in the next one maybe, because I'm going to do another voiceover right after this one, my voice is a little funny, so sorry about that. But I am going to just use my ruler to doodle my lines so I can write straight, because I cannot write straight without my lines. And all I'm going to say is, you look so tiny next to Gracie, but so big and fluffy in Becca's arms. So happy to be home for summer break and to be able to relax and snuggle. So that's all I'm writing. I thought about doing a finishing touch like Nuvo drops or something, but I thought it would kind of just look messy. I really like... There's a lot going on this page, but it's still pretty clean, and I just decided to keep it that way. So no finishing touches. Here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out everyone else playing along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers to see what Pinterest inspiration they used, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.